It was 36 years ago when Coca-Cola decided it was time to announce a big change, one that would involve its most iconic product. The change involved a switch from its classic Coke recipe to a version that it promised would be even better than the original. That the beverage manufacturer would think of doing such a thing was not audacious in and of itself. After all, they tweaked the recipe several times since the product was introduced in 1886. And no one seemed to mind. Many blind taste tests of new Coke even confirmed they were onto something big. Surprisingly, the backlash was so huge that the updated product was eventually rolled back, and old Coke was reborn from the ashes as Coca-Cola Classic, leaving new Coke to slink into the annals of drink history. The rollout became a textbook business school case study. Now, Coca-Cola fans are once again worried that the same mistake will be repeated, this time with their beloved Coke Zero, which is undergoing a few tweaks. By that, the brand means a new look and a new, supposedly improved flavor. Out in the US in August 2021, Dr. Nicole Avena, a research neuroscientist, nutrition expert, and author of Why Diets Fail, explained to MASH that there's always the possibility of fallout when a well-known recipe changes, no matter how much better taste testers say the new product might be. Dr. Avena said, "There is always a risk with change. We can consider how some people are devoted Pepsi fans and others Coke. Although they are essentially the same soda, the recipe is different, so they don't taste exactly the same. Many people won't drink a Pepsi if they are a Coke lover, for example." Of course, Coke executives are positioning the new Coke Zero as a product refresh. And in a blog post, the Coca-Cola company claims that the flavors have been tweaked to deliver what the company called a more iconic Coke taste. To be fair, this isn't the first time the product has been changed since it was launched back in 2005. It was last reformulated once before in 2017. The taste tweak, accompanied by an all-red can makeover that screams "now more delicious," may not be what Coke Zero customers ordered. Some vocal opponents of the plan sounded off online, with one Twitter user posting, "You'd better have a backup plan if this is as screwed up as New Coke was. Wait, do you even remember New Coke? Stop messing with a good thing." Another user didn't mince words, posting, "Why mess with Coke Zero? Diet Coke is the one that sucks."
Tell me how you really feel.
Other fans understandably had questions when first hearing the news. One Twitter user wrote, "What did you change? It was already good enough." To which Coke replied, "Good question. All of the ingredients remain the same, but with a bold new blend of flavors to deliver a great Coke taste. The new packaging is sleek and fresh yet simplified and celebrates the iconic logo." Dr. Avena says the passion behind the new Coke Zero recipe isn't surprising, saying, "Fans certainly do get attached to recipes. People want something steady they can count on, so changing things up could be a big deal for a lot of people." So even if a new product really is better looking and better tasting than the previous iteration like the company claims, though both those things are highly subjective, it still might not be enough to win over the most loyal consumers. The biggest flaw about the new product launch might just be that Coke decided to shake things up at all, rather than continue to provide its customers with a dependable product they're already familiar with. How the new Coke Zero will go down with the most skeptical fans will likely depend on whether it lives up to the promises that marketing experts have made on the can. Dr. Avena explains, "Big companies typically spend a lot of money on research and development of new products as well as marketing to make sure it isn't a flop. I think it's safe to expect this new product to go well, since they aren't necessarily adding calories or real sugar to the new Coke Zero, but rather just changing the recipe to make it taste more like regular Coke." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite beverages are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.